Hey everyone, today we are diving into the world of chrome plating, specifically how you can do it at home. Now, chrome plating is a process that adds a thin layer of chromium to a metal surface. It's a popular technique for a variety of reasons. First, it provides a beautiful, shiny finish that's highly resistant to corrosion. Second, it enhances the hardness and wear resistance of the metal, making it more durable. And third, it can improve the reflectivity of the metal, which is useful for things like mirrors and automotive parts. So, what are the different ways to chrome plate at home? Well, there are several methods, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Let's explore them. The first method is the galvanic method. This is a simple and relatively inexpensive technique that uses a chemical reaction to deposit chromium onto the metal surface. It's a good option for small projects, but it doesn't produce the same level of quality as other methods. Next up, we have the electrolytic method. This is the most common method used in industrial settings, and it involves using an electric current to deposit chromium onto the metal surface. It's a more complex process, but it produces a high-quality chrome finish. Then there's the diffusion method. This method involves heating the metal in a chromium-rich atmosphere, allowing chromium atoms to diffuse into the metal surface. It's a good option for creating a hard, wear-resistant coating, but it's not as aesthetically pleasing as other methods. Another option is chemical chromium plating. This method uses a chemical solution to deposit chromium onto the metal surface. It's a good option for creating a thin, uniform coating, but it's not as durable as other methods. And finally, we have the catalytic method. This method uses a catalyst to deposit chromium onto the metal surface. It's a relatively new method, but it has the potential to produce a high-quality chrome finish. Lastly, there's vacuum chromium plating. This method involves depositing chromium onto the metal surface in a vacuum chamber. It's a very expensive method, but it produces a very high-quality chrome finish. So there you have it, a rundown of the different methods of chrome plating you can try at home. Remember, each method has its own pros and cons, so choose the one that best suits your needs and budget. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of chrome plating. We are going to be talking about how you can chrome plate metal parts right at home. Now, before we get started, I want to emphasize that chrome plating is a complex process that requires a lot of care and attention to detail. It's not something you can just jump into without proper knowledge and preparation. But, if you're up for the challenge, I'm here to guide you through it. So, let's break down the process step by step. First, we need to understand the basics of thermochemical chromium plating. This method involves heating the metal part in a controlled atmosphere containing chromium compounds. The heat causes the chromium to diffuse into the surface of the metal, creating a hard, wear-resistant chrome layer. Now, let's talk about how you can actually do this at home. The first thing you need is a dedicated workspace. You'll need a well-ventilated area, preferably outdoors, where you can set up your equipment. You'll also need a few essential tools, including a heat source, a container for the plating solution, and a way to hold the metal part securely during the process. Next, you'll need a power supply. This is crucial for the electroplating process, which we'll discuss in a bit. You'll need a DC power supply that can provide a stable current output. Now, let's talk about the electrolyte solution. This is the heart of the chrome plating process. It's a mixture of chemicals that contains chromium ions. The exact composition of the electrolyte will vary depending on the specific type of chrome plating you're aiming for. But, generally, it will include chromic acid, sulfuric acid, and water. Before you can start plating, you need to prepare the surface of the metal part. This is a critical step, because the quality of the chrome plating depends heavily on the condition of the surface. You'll need to clean the metal part thoroughly, removing any dirt, grease, or rust. You can use a variety of cleaning methods, such as degreasing, sanding, or etching. Once the surface is prepped, you can finally start the chrome plating process. This involves immersing the metal part in the electrolyte solution and applying a direct current. The current causes the chromium ions in the solution to deposit onto the surface of the metal part, forming a thin layer of chrome. Now, let's talk about some possible defects that can occur during chrome plating. These defects can be caused by a variety of factors, including improper surface preparation, incorrect electrolyte composition, or fluctuations in the current. Some common defects include pitting, burning, and cracking. And that's it for today's video. Remember, chrome plating is a complex process that requires a lot of practice and patience. But, with the right knowledge and equipment, you can achieve stunning results right at home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.